Earlier, I put some black walnut dowels into the top rail where the tenon from the legs runs up into that. That just gives more stability against racking, which is very important if you're going to use these for good sawhorses and for a nice solid pop-up workbench. So I've got those in all of the top rails already. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some I'm going to have to get some different ones, but go ahead and put some black walnut dowels into the side of the feet into that tenon that's in there, and that will also help against any kind of racking. So that's what we're doing now. All right, let's talk about what we've done here. I've got just a piece of wood about 1.5 inches thick, and I have drilled two 90-degree holes. 1.5 inches separated from each other, and I've got them, I kind of taped them. I marked on the side of the foot where I wanted that 1/2 inch hole, and then I've got these 1/2 inch holes drilled in here 90 degrees using the drill press. Now I should be able to put my hand drill in there, keeping it nice and straight at 90 degrees and be going right straight through. You can also, when you want to line up your wood, assuming that it's square, and this one is, you can see that it's lined up in parallel to some of the Baltic birch layers there. So a number of ways to make sure you got it lined up. Why am I so worried about that? Because I got a couple over here that aren't lined up at all. So anyway, probably shouldn't have shown you that. I hope you're better at this than I am. So we're not going to be able to go all the way through here, so I don't need any backer board yet. But always, 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 when you're drilling, cutting with mortises or tenons, anything where you're going to break out of the other side, always have a backer board. This is not long enough to go all the way through, so I'm not going to break out the other side yet. I will in a minute. All right, let's try to get this as square as possible. I'm going to do one last little check. So I like to carry a flashlight in my apron. I like to see that that black dot in there is as centered as I can in the hole. My flashlight put away. Try to hold this nice and square. Because this hole was done on the drill press, it should be 90 degrees. So as long as I don't end up changing the angle by pressing one way or the other, you can kind of feel where your bit is down, up, so center it. Just release it and see how we did. What's the blue tape for? Blue tape is a very handy extra hand. When you're trying to do something and say, gee, I wish I had an extra hand, try some blue tape. So what we're hoping for here is that we got a couple holes lined up nicely. Looking at the lines of the 3/4 inch Baltic birch, and looks like I'm about as centered as I can be. And if it's not perfect, it's a piece of shop furniture, so don't overwork it. All right, now we're going to go all the way through. So to go all the way through, I just need to have a backer board on here so that I don't break out on the back side. woodworking fundamentals. Going to break through with a drill, going to break through with a chisel. Make sure the back side is supported. All right, here we go. Now, if that block helped me get this to 90 degrees, then I should be able to still keep it at 90 degrees by getting into this hole and feeling it should be nice and tight, which it is. All right, let's see how we did. I'm not going to move the camera to show you this, but I would have broken out the back side here, which I did. These look nice and level, unlike these over here. So anyway, exercise caution, do the best you can. All we're going to do now is with some slightly thinned 1/2 inch black walnut dowels, and you could use maple dowels or regular pine dowels or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to now glue those up and drive them in there and give myself some nice dowel secured feet and legs. In my shop, I've got, I guess, at least 4 different routers. I'm not bragging, it's just something you end up making a mistake on one and you end up buying another one for something else. So I got this little rigid trim router. I like having it always set up with kind of either a trim bit or a round over bit in there. So I think I've got a 1/2 inch round over in here. Yeah. And I'm trying to decide if that's how I'd like to round over all the edges of the sawhorses. I think the answer is no. I think that's too much. So what I'm going to do is test it and then put in a different bit and test that. So let's give her a go. Unplug it first. If you don't want to drive yourself crazy looking for the tool to use on the device, then find a way to strap the tool to the electrical cord of that device. Then you won't be looking and trying to figure out which one's where. You know that this tool goes to this router, no questions asked. All right, I'm leveling that. You can look at the profile and just get the platform or the base to where it just barely covers the where that starts to turn down. So I get like that. Put your other bit away, check the bearing, make sure that's all still in good shape. Put it in the right little hole that's labeled for it. Check this bearing, make sure it's not loose, rolling good. Lubricate it every once in a while. Put a second workpiece on there for testing. Sawhorses are absolutely the best thing in the world for clamping stuff. Now that everything's ready, now you can plug it in. If you don't have electrical coming down from your ceiling, you're missing out. It's very convenient. Instead of stretching over somewhere to a circuit on the wall. And let's give this decide for your set of sawhorses how how you like them to be rounded over. There's my 1/2 inch and there's my 1/4 inch. I definitely like the 1/4 inch. So I'm going to go with that. The other option would be 1/8 of an inch, which would just barely take off the edges. But I'm going to go ahead and use the 1/4 inch. Okay, I'm going to pretty much soften all the edges that I can. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this profile up here. Make sure I get all the way around all the edges. And then change my Sawstallions and then do the other profiles and just keep working till I got everything softened.